Hello, all my air signs. Welcome to your weekly reading where we look into the energies that the Creator wants you to know about the upcoming week. Of course, this is for all my Geminis, my Libras, my Aquarians, no matter where it is at in your chart. And we're looking at the week of January 16th to January 23rd. These readings are timeless, so if you do come to this video outside of that time frame, I always say trust your gut, trust your intuition, watch it anyway, because there's bound to be messages for you, right? Right. And if you are watching this between January 16th and January 23rd, two big energies this week are January 17th, which is the Cancer full moon, so huge emotional energy coming in. And then also, January 19th is we're moving into Aquarian season, so happy birthday to all you Aquarians that are coming up here. And both of those bring in some very just beautiful energy, really. The Cancer full moon is just this wonderful opportunity to feel just such deep unconditional love, and also a lot of drama if we choose that. And the Aquarians, of course, bring in a beautiful change type of energy as well. I did create separate videos for both of those. One, the Cancer full moon are by each zodiac sign, and then an Aquarian pick a card. I'll have those linked at the end here, and I'll mention it at the end of the video as well if you want to check those out. But for this week, for all you air signs, we're going to take a look here first with these Earth Magic Oracle cards and just see what the Creator wants you to know overall for this entire week. One more time. There we go. All right, what do you want our air signs to know about this upcoming week? Okay, so you actually got two here. You've got the wolf instinct. So definitely about trusting your gut and trusting your instinct. And music, harmony. So love, like this beautiful, bright energy. Now I'm going to read from the wolf here. I'm just going to read the second part for the wolf because they really want to focus in on this music part, which is cool. And so for the instinct, for the wolf, it says you've lost touch with your instinctual sensitivities. It's the result of cultural and or religious prescriptions dictating that anything wild and instinctual is threatening and therefore has to be controlled or eliminated. Now's the time to overcome this limited mindset and tune in to these instinctual cues. Let the spirit of wolf be your teacher and call upon this benevolent being for help, identifying what those specific cues are saying. Shed some of your inhibitions with the only guideline being to do no harm. Experiment by getting out of the straitjacket of familiar societal norms and listening to those sensations in your gut that are trying to give you a message. It may be a warning or an urging to take action of some sort. Take some deep breaths and simply notice that your bodily sensations, what they're telling you. Your mind will be the receiver of that information, and your body and mind can learn to work more closely with each other once again. So yeah, definitely this is a nudge to connect to your instinctual part of your being rather than all that mind, which of course, being air signs, we know. I'm an Aquarian air sign, so I know we can so easily be drawn into our minds that we lose connection with the heart piece, the spiritual piece of our life. So this is a nice little nudge toward that. But I really love this music harmony message here. And what that says is, music. What would life be without it? It's not something that we humans invented. Rather, music has been around since time began. Subtle and dramatic textures of sound have existed as long as there have been beings that could hear them. For our ancient ancestors, paying close attention to sounds and rhythms and vibrations from the environment helped them survive. Of course, it has also been compelling for humanity to create music through our own voice and musical instruments. As we have evolved, so have the instruments we've created, some of which, when played, mimic the music of the natural world. Where there's more than one instrument played or two or more people singing, the resulting harmonies blend into one unified sound that is pleasing to hear. If the notes are out of sync, they're notable dissonance that can be disturbing. Here we see two women with stringed instruments creating a harmonious blend. They're so absorbed in playing that they appear to be in a trance, as if they're simply allowing the music to flow through them. Beautiful. So it says, this is a time of considerable harmony for you, one where the various elements in your life are flowing together smoothly. Just as in musical harmony, it is the interface of these elements that merge into a cycle of symmetry and balance that evokes feelings of harmony. The challenge is to sustain this inner accord even when there is considerable dissonance outside of your own mind, your heart, and your body. Note the sensations, the emotions, and thoughts you experience when everything seems to be moving along well. Take 3 deep breaths and let your breathing be the anchor that reminds you of this state of consciousness. Whenever you perceive chaos around you, know that it is a mirror for your inner turmoil. When you recognize this, take 3 or more breaths to bring forth the memory of those moments when your life was like a symphony. Then every time you exhale, you are releasing the energy of your internal state of harmony into the world, and it will have amazing effects. So great. Yeah, definitely there's this correlation between these two cards where trusting your instinct, trusting and connecting to that higher place allows you to enter this place of harmony. And I kind of feel like there's this other message about what you surround yourself with is what influences this place of harmony for you. So this is about what you bring in through your ears, so what you are listening to music-wise, news-wise, even people-wise. You know, if you're surrounding yourself by music that doesn't uplift you, music that doesn't support you, people that just constantly either have these negativity things coming out of their mouth about their life or you or whatever. It's really about this week taking time to be in harmony and making those conscious decisions of everything that's around you in your circle, just to seek some harmony. Turn off noisy things of the chaotic outside world for a week and see what it does for you. See what you hear, because as you come into this quiet place, that does allow you to hear your gut more, to hear from the spiritual side more, because the spiritual world is like they communicate at this frequency of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. But the world of chaos is so loud, it's like going into like a hard acid rock bar with the volume playing at its maximum. You can see people's mouth moving, but you can't hear a thing. So this is about stepping out, even get out into nature, you know, getting away from all the chaos and all the noise so that you can really zero into your instincts. And we're going to pull cards here from these True Heart Intuitive Tarot and to see what else the Creator wants all of you air signs to know about this week. All right, so for our air signs, what else do you want them to know, please? Okay. That's 2. Anything else? Okay, I want that one too. So we start off with the Ace of Cups. Cups are your emotions, and of course, this Ace of Cups is what's known as like the Holy Grail or the chalice. And this is a gift that comes, all the aces are gifts from the heavens, from the universe, from the creator. Because what's in this cup is it's like really what the Aquarian energy brings, which is great for you all being air signs because you all can relate to it, is the Aquarian energy allows us to understand what it is we're truly thirsty for, because they're the water bearers. They bring like the vessel, and this beautiful, delicious, living water that's in here is the unconditional love essence of the creator of all things. It's what we truly seek for here. And just one little sip from this cup shows us that this is what we're truly thirsty for. And all those things of the external world that are unfulfilling are those are like relationships in the outside world, situations like jobs and education, things like our bodies, our possessions, our money. All those things do not satisfy us for long. They're like American Chinese food. We eat of it and we're hungry an hour later. We drink of it and we're even more thirsty. But when you drink of this beautiful Ace of Cups, you truly experience that unconditional love from above. And you do this when you connect with this instinct, when you connect with this harmony, when you connect into that peaceful place. When you're talking to the spirit world, you feel all this beautiful, unconditionally loving energy coming through, and you do feel unconditional loved. There's nothing you can do to gain it because there's no conditions. There's nothing you can do to lose it because there's no conditions. So you have 100% of it available to you right now. It's just a matter of us getting to this place to connect to it. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. This is called the Five of Discs in this deck, but the Pentacles is the standard tarot. And what this is all about here, and I love this, they're peeking through the little hole here because the standard tarot you would normally see like two people walking, and one of them has like a crutch and they're barefoot, and one has like a broken leg, and the other one has a wound on their head maybe, and they're hungry and they're walking in the snow, and they're walking past a giant stained glass window which represents the universe. So fives are all about transformation and change. And what that card is about for me is they feel abandoned, they feel neglected, they feel like they have nowhere to turn, and they're desperate, right? And that's when we're looking to the outside world to make us feel whole and complete, right? And the stained glass window represents, like I said, the creator of the universe, who the truth that we find out, this transformation that happens with this card, is that the creator is our source of everything that we need. They are limitless, they're boundless, and the world is just the middleman. People are just the shipping company that brings it to us. So when we're depending on the world, thinking the world is what needs to bring it to me, and we see the condition of the world, we're like, no wonder we fear and think we have lack and that we're not going to have what we need. But when we can understand and transform this belief that it's the creator of all things that is our supplier, then we can trust, and we know that what is meant for us will not pass us by, and that we will have everything we need for that moment. We don't need everything for all future moments in this moment. It's like having your lunch money. You're in elementary school and they give you lunch money for the day, and you panic because you think it's for the entire week, and you're freaking out, and the little compassionate lunch lady is like, dear honey, this is just for today. You'll have what you need for tomorrow, but this is all today. And so you're like, oh wow, okay, and then it takes all the stress off, right? The other thing that I like about this is we understand it's like this message of our worth. And when this little tiny hole here, it shows that we can only give love and receive love to the extent that we love ourselves. So if we do have that little hole is the amount that we love ourselves, then that's the amount of love that we can receive and give. But as we find the self-love and we turn inward with this unconditional love, that just helps us expand, because as we accept this unconditional love of the Creator and we find ourselves worthy of receiving that unconditional love from the Creator, our whole worth about ourselves changes as well. So, perfect. Yeah. Three of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities, your attitudes, expectations. I call this the expectations card, because you see all the swords stuck into the heart. This is the disappointment that I was talking about. When we look to the outside world, we feel disappointed eventually because it doesn't fulfill us, and all of our expectations are never met. And so this experience of heartache, this experience of feeling like a sword, pierced our heart, that's actually fight or flight. We have this belief in this, supposed to, should, need to of our lives, that we can be heartbroken. And that's an experience we came here to experience on purpose, for a purpose, because in experiencing conditional love, we more fully understand unconditional love. In experiencing, sadness and disappointment, we more fully understand the joy that comes from this, right? So this is about this awareness that's coming this week, because these are so tightly connected, because all the beliefs and thoughts we have about our self-worth come from these expectations of our mind, all these thoughts and these beliefs that were given to us when we were younger from all over the place, all the popular opinions of how things should be and how you should feel, supposed to, like I said, need to, have to, must. All that just brings all this pressure on our heart. But that piercing that we feel is when we go into fight or flight mode, when we fear that we're going to be unlovable and unacceptable and rejectable. And if we can take a deep breath, like it talked about here, when we're going through that, when that fear starts to rise, if we can take a deep breath, we can come back to this peace and harmony and not get drawn out into the old habit of feeling a certain way and fearing a thing, especially when you connect to this unconditional love. So connecting to this higher realm is what is going to help you with these feelings and these emotions. Yeah. Here's the Two of Cups. Cups are emotions, like we talked about, and one of these is your human self with the human cup that it is, and the other is your higher self that holds this Ace of Cups. And this is a beautiful message. This is all about what 2022 is. And I actually have a video series out that started at the beginning of this month. It's called You ×2, which I also have linked at the end. And it's all about getting to know the two of us that experience this human adventure, that you have your human character that you're playing, but you are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. You're the actor behind the character, and that you can get to know both of them here while you're on earth and have them join together and walk hand in hand throughout this human experience, and you see things from a completely different perspective. It transforms from all these expectations and all that, and this feelings of low worth, to really understanding what a priceless being that you are. And yeah, you still have this ebb and flow of going through, the shadow side, the fearing side, and we experience emotion because that's what we came here to experience. We did come here to experience the opposites of what we are on this plane, so we more fully understand who we are on the other plane. Because if you don't know you're breathing air, you never know air exists. You just have always had air. But when you're 6 feet underwater looking up at air, then you're like, I understand more deeply what air is because I'm experiencing non-air down here underwater, and I appreciate it so much more, and I'm also going to be swimming back toward it because I want that air, not the non-air. And so that's what this journey is about, is experiencing life in a completely different way. It's kind of like we go through these stages, which I talk about in the U times 2 series. You know, we experience the human side without awareness and veiled, it's kind of walking through life just as the human, and not aware that there's even a spiritual side of us until we have this awakening. And then we're like, boom, wow, I'm also a spirit, spiritual being. And then so you definitely have experienced what this human's going through, but then you connect to your spiritual side, and your spiritual side helps you understand your human side too, but then you join it together and it's a whole different experience, walking hand in hand. So this connection, this coming into this peace and this harmony, connecting to the spiritual realm, connecting to your heart space, just helps you overcome these beautiful, beautiful feelings of feeling lack and feeling heartache and disappointment. So you have an opportunity, you have some guidance if you want to go that direction, but we always have the power of choice to experience whatever we want on this plane. So it's totally up to you. It's totally up to the two of you. All right, well, I'm going to leave the reading there. I do want to let you know, in addition to these weekly readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign. And as I mentioned at the beginning, full moon, new moon readings. So I do have that Cancer full moon reading available, and a variety of others throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little like, and then click the subscribe button and then the notification bell, that will allow you to select to be notified immediately so you don't miss out on any of those messages. Also, doing that helps spread the love, because when you like a video or subscribe to a channel or even share the video, that just helps the YouTube algorithm share the video and share the love with other people as well, and making a recommended video or just a recommended, popping up on the recommended section. So if you so choose to do that, I greatly, greatly appreciate it, but never any pressure to do that. Now, all of you beautiful air signs, just know that as you are going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. You have an amazing week, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And until then, you take care.